In today's live stream video, my guest and I are going to discuss her reselling business. She'll share her tips and strategies to help make us more successful and profitable resellers. We'll discuss how she performs CPR on her eBay store to reset her e-commerce sales. When I have a live stream, I usually interview another reseller and I have them share their tips, tricks, and techniques to help make us more knowledgeable and profitable resellers. So if you're interested in reselling, then you are in the right place. Well, guys, this week is spring break, and I haven't done a live stream in a very, very long time. I'm just going to check the chat to see if we have anybody joining us yet, and we shall get started. Looks like we're very slow. We got a couple lurkers, and that's about it right now. So, like I said, guys, hopefully you'll be watching a replay, and Beth brings some very valuable information. So let me introduce my guest, and we'll get started. Okay, so today my special guest is Beth, a reseller Rowboat. Let's bring Beth on and have her introduce herself. Hello, hello.
Hi, Adam. Thanks
Beth,
for
why don't you
having me
introduce
on.
yourself? Thank you very much. Why don't you introduce yourself to the people that are watching in the chat and watching the replay?
Yeah, my name is Beth. My channel is Reseller Rowboat on YouTube, and I am a wife. I am a mother of 2 and a grandmother of 5, and I sell part-time on eBay and Poshmark. I also have a job outside of eBay and Poshmark, and I love reselling. I don't know what else you want me to say about myself. But
that's fine. We'll get in towards the end of the show. We'll get into your social media and what people can find on your YouTube channel, et cetera, et cetera. But let's get down to, I like to say, to the meat and potatoes. I did say that once. I had Rachel on, and she's vegan, so I don't think it was very appropriate to say meat and potatoes. But anyway, let's get started. You told me that last year was a very difficult year for eBay. Can you tell us what happened?
Yeah, actually, I think the last time I was on your channel was like in April, because it said on your channel 10 months ago. My store was doing great. I had niched down to clothing for like 2 or 3 years, and sorry about that. And my store is going great. And then in July, I believe it was, my sales just tanked like 46% from the month before. And I was like, maybe this is summer slowdown. I haven't had a summer slowdown in like 3 years. And so I was like, maybe this year I'm going to have a summer slowdown, but that's an awfully big drop. But I just chilled about it. And then the next month it went down again, like 20%. And then after each month, it just kept going down gradually more and more and more until I got to like November, and my 90-day total was $7,000 less than my 90-day total had been in April. And that was a terrible drop. And I was just really panicked. I couldn't figure it out. I shared it on my channel. A lot of people had given me, suggestions about what it could be. And I followed those suggestions. Nothing worked. I went on vacation. I went to see Barry. We talked a lot about what it could possibly be. Maybe I needed to change what I was selling. I don't believe it was my prices, because my traffic was just down to nothing. Like, nobody was seeing my items. If my traffic had been higher, but my items weren't selling, then that might have told me my prices needed to be adjusted. But I had hardly any traffic at all. And so I wanted to come on and talk in case there are people who, this happens to them. Just tell you what I think happened to me, and it's probably not all of what happened, and then what I did to get my sales back up. And again, that may not be why, but
Right.
So I do inventory on my store every day, and what I was finding was a lot of the items that were in my store were smaller sizes. During the pandemic, I ordered a lot of wholesale boxes, and these were not manifested. So when these items came to me, I didn't know what to expect. And I was getting sizes extra small to 4X. And I was listing everything because I couldn't really get out and source much. And I was just listing everything I paid for, right? And then what was happening was I was selling a lot of them, but a lot of them were not selling. And then when I was inventorying my items, and I was like, oh my gosh, look at all the extra smalls I have. Look at all the mediums I have. And I was supposed to be the plus size clothing store originally. And somehow I just got off my metrics. I just got off of it. And it was just because I didn't have the inventory. And then when we bought this house 3 years ago, and it came with this beautiful brick wall, and I was like, man, that would be a great place to photograph dresses. I'd never sold dresses before because I didn't have a really good place to display them. So I started thrifting dresses, and I was thrifting anything that was cute, gorgeous, elegant. It didn't matter the size, it didn't matter the brand. I got it cheap. And I'm like, I'm just going to try this and see if it works. And I sold a lot of them, Adam. But last year I had about 3,000 items in my store. And at any one time I had 800 dresses. And that's a lot out of your store. And then when you add all those things from the wholesale boxes that were smaller sizes, probably over half my store was smaller sizes. And you know that I like repeat buyers. People come back to the store and they're just seeing sizes that don't fit them, right? And they just move on. And I think that,
yeah, they say, what's going on? I come here looking for plus sizes, and they're all mediums and larges,
and
yeah.
it just kind of snuck up on me. Like I really didn't realize it, you know? And then the other thing I think that hurt my store was last year, I think in February, eBay bought this new AI search program. And I apologize that I can't tell you what it's called. If you go to the eBay Power Hour, they talked about the name of it, and I cannot for anything remember what it's called. But anyway, it searches on eBay differently than the Cassini that we know. And so I think my store got caught up in that a little bit. I know a lot of other people did too. And that would explain a lot of why my traffic was so low, is people just weren't seeing my items. So
I know we had mentioned a few other things. Well, I want to get into a little detail that some things you mentioned, but continue.
Yeah. So in January, my sales just shot up through the roof. Like it's back now. It's amazing. Okay. My sales are great. And so I was going to talk about some of the things that I did that I think contributed to that. Because of the new search engine, I started using in November eBay's AI description box in the box for clothing only. And it makes what it does is it takes all your keywords in your title, and it takes all your item specifics, and it develops this paragraph, right? And I don't think people read the paragraph, but the search is going by what's in that box. And a little tip, I also copy and paste that AI description into my Poshmark listings, because Poshmark, their search obviously goes by what's in the description box. And I was never one to describe anything. Like I just can't describe anything like that. So I don't use AI in description boxes for my appliance parts yet. The reason is because I don't fill out very many item specifics for appliance parts. Like if I have a bean grinder and the lid is clear, but the bottom is black, what color do I put? Do I put black or clear? If I have a portafilter and the cup is stainless steel, but the handle's plastic, what do I put for the material? Stainless steel or plastic? I don't know. So I leave those blank. And so the AI doesn't really have much information to pull on my appliance parts to make a description. All right. But I may try it in the future, but I really feel like that AI description is helping me, and eBay wants you to use it. So why not use it?
I had, I just a little behind the scenes, and I forget what the saying is, how the cake's made, or there's this old saying. I'm having a little brain fog here, but anyway, a little behind the scenes. I always have a pre-chat with my guests, and Beth and I are good friends, so we can chat, whatever. But I talked to Beth about, and she was telling me about all the different things that she had affected her sales, and we're going to get into what she's doing differently that's helping her sales. And I had mentioned to Beth that I had seen a video kind of addressing that a little bit about, things that eBay is doing differently. And I was not aware at all that eBay had gotten away from their search engine Cassini, and they were using these AI driven things. But the one video I did watch, they said, oh, the AI, description is not that great, and it's gibberish, blah, blah, blah. They said what's real, again, I'm just telling you their point of view. They said the thing that's most important is that the AI is really searching item specifics. It's searching titles, descriptions, but really, really important are all these item specifics. Now we all complain, oh, geez, I have like 30 item specifics, and they want me to add like another 15. Jesus, it's a men's white polo shirt. I mean, but apparently that's part of that's the people's view, that it's really digging in. The AI is really digging into the item specifics, and if you don't have enough item specifics and the ones that eBay suggests, that hurts your views.
Right. And that's where the AI description comes in, because it's pulling that description from those item specifics. So
From
that's why
specifics.
it's important that you do fill out every single item specific you can, and also that you do not put something in there that's not there. Although I have heard that if you've got a rust red shirt, you can put rust red in there and it will see that as red. I just leave it as red. Some people suspect that, several years ago when eBay just kept getting on to us and telling us we needed to fill in certain, required item specifics, that they were preparing for this new AI search. They knew this was coming, and basically we were getting ready for it. So if you didn't do it, now I've got over 4,200 items. I'm glad I did it, when I did it.
Oh,
And
4,200. Wow.
yeah. So yeah. So I don't know. They say that they knew all along this was coming, and they were preparing us for that. So
Yeah, that's part of the issue. Sometimes eBay does. I mean, I told Beth I attended the eBay Spring Seller Update. It was a little Zoom video conference. Actually, it wasn't Zoom. It was another app that they were using. But anyway, long story short, that's they do things and they test things sometimes, and they don't really test them. They just kind of like roll them out instead of doing a soft rollout. But apparently they are, I guess, learning a little bit from their previous mistakes, and they are doing some soft rollouts, and they're trying to, I guess, like Beth said, they kind of told us to use more item specifics, and now they're actually using them in their search engine. That they didn't tell us, how the sauce is made, so to speak, but that's the reason they were doing it, because they knew that, like Beth said, they're going to roll out this AI search-driven search engine.
yeah, and they say that the AI will learn, it will teach itself eventually, that some of these kinks will work out. And you can see that happening because, months ago, the brands weren't coming up when I was trying to type them, and now some of them are starting to come up. So I think it is learning, but I think it's taking longer than I would like it to learn. But, that's how it is. I wanted to say hi to Barry and Devin. Devin, your item shipped yesterday, I believe. Just want to let you know that.
And T's in the chat. I believe she's probably still here. Auctions for you. Thanks for joining us today.
Okay.
Just as a side note, I like help promoting my friends too. So guys, if you're looking for any inventory, T does a lot of shows where she's selling inventory for resellers.
Hi, T. How are you?
If you're not familiar with T, maybe you want to look in and subscribe to Auctions for You's channel. Mm-hmm. Okay, and I see that. Okay. I should have written that down. I tell you, I have ADD, and I was going to write something down and mention to you, and I got a side topic. But okay, you continue. It'll probably pop back into my brain.
So the next thing I have on my list that I did is I took all my extra smalls to larges, and I put it in December for the whole month. I put them on 50% off best offer to start getting them out of here. I've sold things as low as $3 just to get them out. They're now on 40% off best offer, and I'm trying to just replace them with plus size clothing. And so I think it's gradually happening. But one of the biggest things I think that has helped me is, instead of adding new listings to my store, the last time we talked, I was doing inventory, and I was telling you I knew when something was in my box that wasn't listed, but I didn't know if something was listed that wasn't in my box, if that makes sense. And I needed to find a way to find out if there were things listed on eBay that I didn't have, to keep from having to cancel orders. And I was like, there's gotta be a way without printing out my entire inventory to figure this out. Because like I said, at that time I had, over 3,000 items. So I found a way. And so I was going to show you that on screen, because sure. I do this every day. I I end a category in my store. I have everything categories for my first store category is by color, pattern, things like that. And so this item I have right now, I'm doing the letter section, I guess you would say. I call it the letter section. It was like my original inventory. So right now I'm going through the D boxes, and this dress is in Focus Studio. So what I've done is I've ended all this whole ended this whole section on my shelf, and I've got 40 left to do. Okay. So this one here is in Focus Studio. I have it in my hand. The letter is D25, and I will find it. It's right there. Okay. Again, these are ended, right? So I will right click on that. And the only reason I right click on it is, click the box is that so I can remember where I'm at. All right. And then I right click on sell similar. And so I'm going to do some things to this listing to change it, to kind of trick eBay to make it think that this is a brand new listing. Okay. Because a lot of people.
Let me interrupt you because, like I said, I'm with my ADD. I forget to mention things. That was another video I watched, and that was one of the things that was suggested as well. One of the Facebook groups. I try to not to get caught up on all the Facebook, malarkey. But that was one of the things just suggested, just changing your price. Could change it by a penny or 3 cents or 2 cents. But allegedly, eBay sees it as a new listing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so here, let me see. This was listed in April of 2023. So it's been listed quite a while for me. Plus, it is a size 12, which I have moved it to my last chance items. That means it's 40% off. Okay, so the first thing I do is I want to change one photo. Well, I have a color wheel as my last photo. So what I usually do is just bring it up a couple right there. But I'm also looking at my measurements. So my measurements, I used to put, if it was 18.5 inches across, I put 18.5 inches across. I check that. If it says 18.5, I quickly make a Sizely template with 18 and put this in and change this template, because what I want to do is, while I've got it open, I might as well change it, make it smaller, so that hopefully this will not come back as a does not fit. All right. And then another thing I do on dresses that I didn't do back then is I put a dress length template. So I'm just going to quickly add that as fast as I can. I have a very slow computer. I apologize. And everybody can find it. It's over on Sizely. And I move it up here. And so they can tell how long on an average person this dress is going to fit. I also use this template for swim cover-ups and nightgowns. So this one is 54 inches long. So if they come over here, they can tell just kind of about where this dress is going to go. All right. So now I've changed at least one photo. All right. Then I go down to the title, and I change something in the title. It can be, if I write out extra large and then I put XL, all I got to do is just take the XL out. All right. If it says career, I'll change that to the word office. All right. Casual, I still have 6 characters left. So I'm just going to run down here and see if this is stretchy. It is not stretchy, so I can't use the word stretchy. Sometimes I'll add the word stretchy or something different, So let me see. I'm just going to put, this is kind of like a beach dress, isn't it? So I'm just going to put, instead of casual, I'm going to change this to beach. All right.
Okay. Just before I forget to ask you, with Sizely, I'm like I told you, I'm trying to get more out of clothing, kind of limit that as well. What has your experience been? To me, it seemed like a little confusing to me when I was trying to use it when I first started.
Sizely is wonderful. Easy? I've been using Sizely for 5 years. What I love about Sizely is it saves your brands and your sizes, and it saves your measurements. in there. So the next time you have something that's 54 inches, if you type 5, it'll start typing 54. But you have to do quite a few of them before it starts coming up. But I never have to type out In Focus Studio anymore, because once I start typing In Focus Studio is in the drop down menu. So I
What is
love
In Focus Studio?
That's the name of the brand of this dress.
Oh,
That's the
okay.
name of the
Now,
brand of this
is
dress.
Sizely a paid app, or is it free?
Yeah,
What
it's
is it?
paid. It's paid.
It's
It's
paid. Okay.
a
Do you remember
I
how
use it
much?
on the internet. I use it on a web page, size.ly.
Okay. Okay.
So anyway, so I've changed a photo. I've changed one word in my title. Sometimes if I can't find something to change, I'll switch, like I might switch MIDI and put it in front of sheath. Might cut that out and put it in front of sheath. Just something that's different that makes it think that it's different. My main
So
thing though, huh?
I'm sorry. I was say so your belief is kind of like what these other people were saying. This reselling video, that if you change the picture, change the title, change the description a little bit, that eBay's new search engine kind of sees it as a new listing, and when it's
Yes, because a
scrolling,
lot of
doing a
people,
search.
there are a lot of people, Adam, who sell nothing but, let's say, Nike t-shirts. Okay.
Right.
They don't make a new listing every time they list a Nike t-shirt. They find a Nike t-shirt in their store and they sell similar on it, and they change the color, change the pictures, and they let it go. It's a new listing. That's how they sell off of things, is by selling similar. And that's all I'm doing right now, is selling similar off my own item.
Right.
But I'm making
Well,
it look like it's different.
that was one of the things also that I'm sorry. That was one of the things I forgot to bring up to you about this video. They were saying that don't even mess. Again, everyone has different opinions. I think I mentioned to you in one of your live streams, I think last Sunday night, about the selling similar, that doesn't really work, because they said that with the new search engine, they're looking for this new things, new items, new pictures, new descriptions. So they're saying, back in the day when we used to sell similar, that used to help, bump the listing up, so to speak.
But
you believe it still helps?
I just added a picture.
I'm not saying you aren't. I'm just
okay.
saying that they're saying that selling similar is not really helping. It's making changes to your listing.
Yeah, there's nothing different about it. Yeah, nothing's different.
Remember back in the day, you used to end, like you used to tell me, you used to end so many per day, and
I still do that. Okay. I relist those, though. I don't sell similar. That just gives them a new number.
Right.
Okay. Here's my main thing I've changed. I used to put multicolor, and people don't normally search, I want a multicolor striped dress. They want something that goes with, red pants, or they want something that goes with a black jacket.
Right, and that so red or black, not multicolor. Yeah.
So now what I'm doing is I'm looking at this item and I'm like, what color stands out most to me? Red. So I'm going down here and I'm going to change this to red. Okay. And that's all I have changed in this listing. I may really gradually go through and make sure I haven't accidentally clicked something weird or, left something off. But for the most part, this one is done. Okay. This is before they had AI, so I don't have my AI description in there. I don't change the price. There's no need to change my price. My price is, this one's already 40% off. My prices are very competitive, but I have saved that to my drafts. And now I have 105 drafts. Before, I only had 104. So that adds to my drafts every day. And then I go back over to my ended page and see where I marked that. That tells me I did it. I'm going to delete it now, so that I don't accidentally try to relist it again. And then I just go to the next item in my box. And I do this if I can't find it, but it's in my box, I will go to my active listings just to make sure it wasn't put in the wrong category. I also go to my Poshmark and look it up and make sure it's not on my Poshmark. If I don't have, and I go through my spreadsheet, I have a spreadsheet as a check, but this is how I check to see if I have items that have rolled off, they're still in my box, but they're not listed anywhere, or if they're listed, but they're not in the box. That's when it gets scary, because, then you're going to end up selling something that you don't have. because you sold it on another platform and you forgot to take it off of eBay. And that does happen. I mean, I try my best. Since I've been doing inventory, I don't really worry about that so much anymore because I can catch things like that. And
Right.
by working on the items that I already have listed and tweaking them and taking out any errors, and they're not really errors, I just do it differently now. I use red instead of multicolor, right? I use the word office instead of career. I put the word basic in the title a lot now for things that are for our career. If they're plain, they're basic. Some people want to type in, I want a basic black shirt. I was not using that term before. It is in the item specifics, but it's not in my title.
Okay.
So if you want to see,
I'm sorry. Let me interrupt you for 1 minute too. Like I tell you, with my ADD, I got to remember things. I write things down. Remember to ask you.
okay,
That was one of the things, guys. Some of you in the chat do know Beth, and hopefully some of you that are watching the video or in the future may not know me or Beth. So one of the pro tips that Beth does is that she banks drafts. Once you I know that's not really what we're doing about CPR, but that's part of the way you increase your sales is by listing every day.
And that's
so why don't you
another
just touch
thing
on that slightly?
I think that's another thing that's helped me because before the first of the year, I was letting 15 drafts go live every single day. I think when I talked to you last year, I was doing 12. And then when I started doing this type of inventory and banking these inventoried items, now I'm letting 30 go live a day. So half
Are you
of
doing
them
30 a
are
day now? Okay.
yeah. Well, half of them are newly listed items that I just bought this Monday. And then about
And all
the
the ones
other
are the ones
half
you tinkered
are
with.
ones
Right.
I've been doing inventory on. So does eBay see
Right.
that I doubled my listings? Possibly, you know. So I didn't know if you'd ever seen an AI description. Have you ever seen one?
I use them.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Because I was going to show you how it does it on
Well,
the.
go ahead, show it. Go ahead, put it up. That's
Okay.
fine.
Because some people don't use it and they don't know what it
And
looks
you
like.
can use that on your phone as well as the computer, both now.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Kelly, stop barking. This is not a good time to bark, honey. So I just listed this bathing suit today. Well, it's still on my drafts. And
Right.
so it takes all my item specifics and my title, and it says, make a splash in this stunning trim shaper women's swimsuit. This one-piece design features a wide strap and a built-in bra for added support. The blue color and ruched detailing make for a stylish look. The swimsuit is made of a comfortable nylon and spandex blend and is perfect for a day at the beach or lounging by the pool. Hand wash only for best care. This swimsuit is designed with solid pattern and stretch features to provide flexibility and comfort during wear. It comes in size 18W and is a plus size. The garment requires hand washing only to maintain its quality. The swimsuit is manufactured in Vietnam and is perfect for any woman who wants to feel confident and fashionable while enjoying water activities. Now, I have a problem with this. Sometimes it says this swimsuit is handmade in Vietnam. So I have to take
Well,
that
we know
out.
it's not handmade.
Right.
Right.
Or it'll say this is high quality material and you're listing a Walmart top. Okay, so you have to
You don't
read
want to say
this
high
and
quality.
you have to take off. You have to take off.
That's a pro tip. That's great.
Yeah.
I didn't
And
even
then
think about that.
sometimes this might be an 18W 20W, so I'll just put a slash there and add the 20W, but this one just happens to be 18W. So, and see, this down here is what I normally have. This is my normal description. And then I do Control X, I delete it, I hit AI description, and then I copy and paste this back in, and it's at the bottom. Did people read this? Probably not, but I take this whole thing and put it in Poshmark, and this makes a wonderful description for Poshmark. And Poshmark search definitely goes by the description. I mean, because they don't have very many item specifics. So I think that helps on Poshmark. Not that my Poshmark sales are that great. I don't do a lot to my Poshmark, but you know.
And your beliefs are that it's taking
extra.
things from your it's taking things from your item specifics to do the AI description, and that's what's driving the new eBay search engine. So you think that's what's helping your sales?
And If you don't have item specifics or very many, it'll pull from your title as well. It pulls things from my title that are not, I try to include things in my title that are not in my item specifics. Okay. And I try to, because there are some things they just don't have in item specific. The word ruched is not in item specifics for a lot of categories. So I put that on
What
my
was it?
title. Ruched.
What,
Ruched is
I don't
like,
know what
it's
that
like
is.
scrunched fabric, like on
I
the
was like
side of bathing
scrunchy.
suits.
Okay,
It's like
okay.
pinched. Um,
I learned something
I
new today. I never heard
yeah,
roost in my whole
I
life
put
before.
that in my title because otherwise it may not pick that up. So things like that, I don't know. It, is that helping? I don't know. I just know that starting in January, my sales just, it was just incredible. I've been so blessed. The other thing that I did was I thought I need to add something to my store. Barry and I talked about this ad nauseum while I was in North Carolina. What can you add to your store, Beth? What niche? And I was like, okay, people need bags to go with their clothes. People need hats. People need jewelry. But I didn't know that much about it, right? And so I finally decided, Beth, go back to what you know. You know, appliance parts. So, but the biggest question was, should I reopen my eBay appliance parts store and put them in there, or should I put them in my clothing store? And I had people telling me, Beth, you need to put them in your clothing store because you've got all this feedback, all this positive feedback, and you haven't used your other store for like 2.5 years. You don't have hardly any feedback there. So reluctantly, I added appliance parts into my clothing store and they are selling great.
To the moon.
But I have a hyperlink in my description that you probably saw. It said, click here to see other items in our store. So unfortunately, when people hit that hyperlink or they're repeat buyers, they come back to my store, they're seeing coffee filters, vacuum cleaner parts mixed in with the tunics and jeans. I don't like that, but so far, I had to just let go of that control, Adam. Just had to let go of the control, and the appliance parts are
Those who
selling.
don't know, Beth is she's very, very extremely organized and very controlling. But that's great.
I
It
know,
helps when you're running a business.
but
Well,
it
that's why
was the right call.
you're when I had Randy on a long time ago, Randy's even older than I am, which is hard to do. But we had a video about spinning plates. You're always spinning plates. Your family, 2 different jobs, pets, the whole 9 yards. But anyway, you're very
Okay.
organized and very yeah. Uh, T is asking, do you use a cross lister? I don't believe you do, right?
No, I do it manually. When
You
I
do it
make
manually.
the draft, when I put the photos into the drafts, I copy the title and I on the eBay title and I put it on a Rolo label, and that has the SKU and that has the what's in this bag that goes into my inventory room. Then I take that title, I've already copied it. I go over to Poshmark, I hit, sell on Poshmark. I copy this title in there. Then I go back to my eBay, I copy the description, and I do take the hyperlink out because it's going to say click here, and I don't think a hyperlink works in Poshmark, but it looks tacky to say click here to see more items in my eBay store. And then as I'm adding my photos to eBay, I just have another window. I add my photos to eBay, I add my photos to Poshmark, add my size to eBay, add my size to Poshmark. I hit list on Poshmark, but on eBay, I hit save to drafts. So they go on Poshmark first while they're in my eBay drafts. Sometimes they sell on Poshmark before the drafts have gone live on eBay.
Wow.
If it's a really
Okay.
popular item,
Gotcha.
so because it's going to, I have
No.
105 drafts and I do 30 a day. So it's going to take 3 days for all of those to go live, right? Because I'm going to be gone tomorrow. I'm going to be gone. I mean, I'm going to be gone Friday. I'm going to be gone Saturday, and I'm going to be gone Sunday. So that's why I've been trying to build up on my
So you
drafts.
create all these drafts, and when I say banking draft, that says all these drafts in her folder, her eBay folder, and then
Yeah.
she lists them when she can't
Yeah.
physically list things. So
Yeah.
she
I
just has
list them
them
in the morning
saved
before I
and she
go.
uploads them.
And you
Just
can
real quick about
schedule
your,
them now. You can schedule them and it doesn't cost
are they
anything. You
charging a fee?
schedule them.
It doesn't cost
No,
anything. I was going to ask you about
they
that. They had
stop.
mentioned that in the spring seller update about scheduling. And I'm thinking,
Yeah.
well, they used to charge for that.
I
I
don't
didn't want to,
I don't schedule them because I would have to count how many I've got scheduled for tomorrow and how am I going to do that? Like, I can't keep track of what's scheduled for tomorrow and what's scheduled for Friday. If I'm here every morning. I just happen to go somewhere. So before I leave, I let, 30 go live. So
Right. T is using
okay.
Flip, which is a free
Mhm.
service, and it does
Mhm.
share on Poshmark.
Mhm.
So
Right. I use One Shop only because it ends my listings, my stale listings, and relist them as a new listing on Poshmark, and it sends out offers for me. I'm terrible at sending out offers. I hate it all day long. It is pulling things down. You can tell them how long. I wait 30 days. After 30 days, it pulls them down and puts them back up. And all day long, it's sending out offers. And I don't have to do that. And I can't stand sending out offers on Poshmark. I can't stand it. Because a lot of times, for me, a lot of times I'll hit send offer and and then I have to go to eBay to make sure I have it because there are some things still listed on Poshmark, I'm sure, that I don't have. And then I have it. And then when I go over to send the offer, it goes, this item is not eligible for offers because the person
why is
unliked
that?
it. The person unliked
Oh,
it. They
okay.
liked it at one point, but then they unliked it. And so I've spent all that time going back and forth. And T, the reason I don't use a cross lister right now, and I probably will when I retire, is I only have two platforms. So I'm going to have to go over to List Perfectly or whatever and take it off. So I might as well just go over to Poshmark and take it off. It's the same. I'm just
Yeah,
doing one task, right?
right.
And then also when I end 200 a day and relist them, I'm afraid that would get too confusing for the cross listing program. Like if I end them 200, I'm gonna have to go over and take them off of the cross lister. I think so. How am I going to do that? How am I going to end 200, the exact same 200 that I ended on eBay? There's no way I can do that. So I don't know. It doesn't take me that much. I mean, it probably takes me 2 or 3 minutes, but what I was finding with One Shop when I tried to cross post to Mercari, it wasn't filling in the brands and it wasn't filling the size. It was filling in some things, but I was still having to put, some of the things in it. I'm like, well, then why don't I just do it myself? you know,
Yeah, I had never heard of One Shot before. Is that something you
yeah.
just researched and
Yeah,
found
One
that?
Shop is $45 a month. It does all these things. It does Mercari, Depop, Poshmark, and eBay right now. I don't do Depop, and I took everything off of Mercari after about a month. Nothing. I wasn't getting any offers. I wasn't. Nobody was accepting my offers, and I just took them all off. I got tired of it. It gets too confusing
It,
when you have
it's
a job to figure out where is this listed and where is this not listed. I've got 4,200 items. How am I going to keep track of what's listed where? It's just too confusing.
that's
So,
what surprises me. Most those of you that know me and that are, like I said, I haven't done a video in quite some time due to the health issues, but that's besides the point. But those of you that know my channel and know my friend Randy, who's a very, very, very successful, reseller and entrepreneur, and he sells coffee, spices, teas, all 9 yards, candy. But anyway, his daughter is killing it on Macari, and she's selling
mhm,
a lot of baby clothing,
mhm,
children's clothing. I didn't know it was sold to Macari. She's doing phenomenal. He says he
mhm.
blows his mind how well she's doing.
I hear good things
But
about Flip, but I also heard this past week that they're now charging, but I think it's only like $9.99 a month or something like that.
oh,
And
they are charging now. Okay,
that's how much my Simple Posture was. I used Simple Posture
yeah,
for years. It was wonderful. The only thing about the difference is my One Shop is working whether I'm on the computer or not. And with Simple Posture and Flip, you have to, I believe,
you
have the
have to have it.
window pulled up and
You
you
have
have
to
to,
have it open. Yeah,
yeah. And so I can't do that all day long. I can't have my computer open all day long. And, so it's just working. It's just working
Did
all
did
day
one
long.
shop pull down the listing when it sold, or you had to check that manually
No,
when
I
it
pull it
happened? You had to
down.
remove it.
As
You had to
soon
you
as
had to, you had to do
something
it.
it would, if it was listed on eBay, Mercari, and Poshmark, and I cross-listed it with One Shop, when it sold on eBay, I could go over to One Shop and I could take it off of Poshmark and or eBay or whatever, and it would take it off of Mercari and Poshmark for me.
Okay,
But I'm
okay,
already doing that. I'm already going
yeah,
over somewhere
yeah.
and taking it off. So Why would I use that feature? You know, why? I can, because this I don't know if I can show you, but my at the end of my listing on Poshmark is this number D25E. I put E for eBay. So when I want to take something off of Poshmark, I go to Poshmark, and if this sold on eBay right now, I would go to Poshmark and I would type in D25E, and it would come up, and I would end it. That's what I would do. I put the E. That's a Crystal Rosie's Closet trick. Okay.
Okay. Well, hopefully Crystal's watching a replay.
Yeah.
So shout out to Crystal Rosie's Closet.
Yeah. So that's why I do it, because I only have 2 platforms. So
yeah,
But
like you said, when you retire, and that's just your plan in 4 or 5 years.
Cross listing on eBay with one shop, so it has no way of knowing to take it off. You see what I'm saying? I'm not cross listing with one shop.
Right.
So it has no way of knowing to take it off.
Right.
So that's why. I don't know.
We were doing okay on time, guys. I try to keep my show, ballpark an hour. We're doing all right on time, and I tell you the old saying, "How the sauce is made." So I like all these old sayings, because I'm old, whatever. But when I was talking to Beth, I said, I told her I had attended, eBay's spring seller update and different things. And one of the things they do, and if you guys, I get a little bit of information from eBay for Business, but that's one of the things that they were talking about. They're changing and I don't know all the technicalities. Beth is much more skilled at the technicalities and the but anyway, one of the things they said they're changing the way that they're sending out offers and things. And I told Beth, if we have time, I have a very short video I wanted to share, and what I was alluding to, and I tell you my ADD gets me sidetracked sometimes. eBay for Business. If you're not subscribed to eBay for Business on YouTube, consider doing so. Occasionally they have some good videos. This is a very short video, just a little bit about the sending out offers to buyers. So that's something that I know Beth does, and I want to just kind of share this with you guys. Is a very short video. Shouldn't take long at all. So let me share that for you guys. Okay, do that. We'll do this, and we'll do this, and we'll do this.
Offers to Buyers lets you reach buyers interested in your listings by sending them a private offer. If a buyer shows interest in your listings, sending an offer can help you make the sale. For example, when people watching items on eBay get an offer from a seller, they're at least 30% more likely to buy. When you send offers to buyers, you decide how much to discount your items and whether you'll allow counter offers. You can also choose to automatically send offers to reach more buyers with less effort. So, how does it work? Start on the listings page in Seller Hub and select Active Listings. If you have eligible listings, you'll see the Send Offers quick filter. These listings all have interested buyers that you can send offers to. Select the listing you want to send an offer on and click Send Offer. Enter a dollar amount or a percentage discount. For listings under $200, your discount has to be at least 5% lower than the Buy It Now price. For listings priced at $200 or more, you can offer smaller discounts. Next, add a message to your offer. Remember, these buyers are already interested in your item, so this is your chance to get their attention. Before you send your offer, choose if you want to allow buyers to respond with a counteroffer. You can also turn on Automatically Send Offers. eBay will look for new interested buyers on your listings and send them your offer until the item is sold, or you turn off automatic offers. Finally, click Send Offer to engage with your interested buyers. You can see your automatic offers and edit them at any time. Just search for listings with offers sending automatically and click View Offer Settings. And that's it. Sending offers to buyers is easy and helps you reach buyers who are already interested in your items. Go to your Seller Hub to start sending offers today.
All right. I'm looking
Alrighty.
at it right now. Do you want me to send them right now online? I'll show you what I do.
Sure, we can do that. We'll do a share screen.
Now, There's a lot there. There's a lot packed into that.
Yeah, I know it, but I wanted to bring that up, and I wanted to say that they were changing again, I'm not good about that. I mean, I know you are. That's one way to increase your sales, and they are changing the way they're doing it. And the other thing I wanted to do was I wanted to share, if you're not familiar with, eBay for Business YouTube page, it probably pays for you to at least subscribe to it and occasionally checking in on it. So,
Okay, you can share
okay.
that one.
Yep.
So on a good day, I'm doing this all day long. Okay. Like on a good day, when I wake up in the morning, I might have 13 to send out or something. And I look over here to see how much they're on sale for. That's going to decide for me if I'm going to allow a counter offer. If they're only 10% off, I will allow counter offers, but these are already marked down. These are, like, you can tell, these are my small sizes, 14 and extra small. I'm trying to get rid of these, Adam. I want them out of here. Okay. So they're marked down way. So I'm gonna hit send offers. I do 20% because that's my coupon. If I do 10%, I've had people complain to me because they're like, well, I could have gotten 20 if I would have used your coupon and you only gave me 10% off. That's not fair. Okay, like I said, I will not allow counter offers on these because look, they're going to get it for $11.99. That's fine. I do my coupon for future purchase. I have my daily coupon, which is 20%. They cannot use it on that. They can come back and use it on a different item. And then I copy and paste my little newsletter blurb right here that tells them that I combine US shipping for $3.50 each. I have 60-day free returns. I appreciate offers, and I add inventory daily, and I send it. And this is automatically sending offers. So as long as these items are listed and people, are clicking on them, they'll get it, and I don't have to send it again. So that saves me time. I don't have to send offers on that one anymore. So
yeah, I mean,
I do that on a good day. I do that all day long. Whenever I have a second, I just go over to my Seller Hub and say, oh, do I have some? Sometimes I'll have, and that's the other thing I've noticed too, is a lot of my stuff comes in spurts. Like I won't have any offers to send for like 3 or 4 hours, and all of a sudden I've got 10. Or I don't get any sales for 7 hours, and all of a sudden I've got 5. It's like it's coming in bunches. And that wasn't happening before last year. Okay. It was more even. I'd get a sale every couple of hours. So I don't know.
What do you think is what's causing that
issue too? It's like it's delayed.
Okay. So you think it's from your offers that you're sending out? That's what's generating the
no,
sales?
I don't think so. I just think sometimes the stuff is delayed. Like,
okay.
I do a lot of work at night, and I'll go to bed and I have nothing to send, nothing. And then I'll click over there and I've got 10 that need to be sent out. And I'm like, holy cow, somebody's looking in my store right now, and they're clicking a bunch. Also, on my appliance parts, I do not allow counter offers because I have free shipping, and I don't want any. I already know what I want to make. So I don't allow offers on any of my appliance parts. You can do a coupon and you can get the sale, but you cannot ask for less because it's free shipping. And I don't want to figure that out. I don't want to figure out if
As an aside, how often do you send out your newsletters and your coupons?
Every day.
I know you have every day. Okay.
Yeah, I send out 15 buyer group coupons every morning, and I send out 6 newsletters every morning. I send out.
You say 15 buyer group. That's you have. There's so many. And I'm not. All the back. I don't know what we're looking for.
Yeah, they're getting a 25% coupon. They're people that have already bought in my store. And then I send out 6 newsletters. Well, it's actually, 6. The one that says new inventory, and then the one that has a coupon, and then 4, because right now I'm running 4 different sales. So I send out one of each of the sale. So.
Okay. So like I said, I mean, and then what I was saying earlier, I mean, you have all these systems in place, and what I posted on the screen is, and I learned this from Randy, and well, not just from Randy, from you and others as well, and myself from experience. Time is money. So when you can cut and paste and have systems in place, it saves you time. The more efficient you are, the more productive you are, and it saves you.
And that was
saves
what was
time,
so
saves you money.
Frustrating last year, because I have all these systems in place. I am organized. I am consistent. and yet nothing was working. And so I'm
Right.
just here to tell you that you've got to really deep dive into your store. It could be something really, really tiny. It could be your promoted listings cap. It could be that your promoted listings are too low. It could be that, you know, your photos are too dark. Like, it could be something totally weird, that's
Right.
changed. And that the only way you can figure that out is just to keep diving into your store, and by doing that inventory and seeing all these smalls, extra smalls, mediums, like, wow, you know, wow, where did I get off track here?
You went off the beaten path, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay, Beth, why don't you tell us a little bit about your YouTube channel for those that don't know you, and where they can find you on social media?
Yeah. Reseller Rowboat on YouTube, Instagram, and I think that's it. I'm not on TikTok. And I have a Sunday night live stream shipping where I show you what sold over the weekend, what I'm shipping out, and how much things are selling for. And I also do live hangouts. I usually do haul videos showing you what I got at the thrift store. The items are for sale during the live stream at a really discounted rate. I also do Tag Talk once a month with Maggie Doodle, and we are currently in a series about our processes, how we process our items. Next month is going to be all about photography, and that's really it. I'm hoping to have more hangouts because my work schedule is going to be changing next week, so that's going to free up some of my time. So
you say hangouts, a working hangout with all the resellers can join you.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, guys. I apologize for not really doing a lot of videos. Like I said, I have some health issues, so I haven't been doing a lot. But let me just get through this, and appreciate you guys that are here for hanging in, and those of you watching the replay. Again, if you're enjoying my channel, getting value, consider helping me offset some of the costs. I greatly appreciate it. I have expenses like anyone else. Buy me coffee, PayPal, and Cash App. I mentioned earlier, my friend Randy. There's a link to Randy's website where you can buy coffee, tea, spices, and old-fashioned candy. And Randy is kind enough to pay me a little commission at no cost to you guys to buy something from him. You just put AE after your name when you register on his site. I like to say time is your most valuable asset. I'd like to thank Beth for her time, and also those of you that are here for the live and watching the replay. Please remember to leave a thumbs up, subscribe, turn on notifications, and leave a comment. It would greatly help my channel, and I would appreciate it. Take care, all. See you soon.
Good night.